If there's one drilling project that could use the high-tech advantages of award-winning sonic drilling, it's the long-standing treasure hunt on Oak Island, an island in Nova Scotia, Canada, and home to a captivating legend about sunken tunnels, unexplained artifacts, strange stone markings, and buried treasure. Few mysteries involving lost or buried treasure have captivated the imagination of such a colorful array of personalities for as long as the mythical Oak Island treasure has. Oak Island is a tiny 140-acre privately owned island off the southern coast of Nova Scotia in eastern Canada. While there are numerous stories about the origins of the Oak Island treasure, most agree that it all started in the summer of 1795 when an inquisitive teenage boy from Nova Scotia named Daniel McGinnis was exploring Mahone Bay on Oak Island during a fishing expedition. McGinnis returned to the spot the next day with some of his buddies, carrying pickaxes for excavating, determined to find out what it was. The group of kids soon discovered what is thought to be the top section of what was clearly a man-made shaft that had been hidden by clay layers surrounding the hole that had originally aroused McGinnis's interest. During the late 17th and early 18th centuries, Oak Island was said to have been a haven for pirates who voyaged all down North America's east coast and south into the Caribbean. Had they discovered the site of a pirate captain's buried treasure, they wondered. However, when they dug further, the shaft filled due to the uniqueness of the island's location atop a glacial tumulus. There was no gold to be found, but the narrative that sprang up around the rumored hidden riches was so compelling that generations of people have been to Oak Island to find it for the past 225 years. Furthermore, the quest grew in scope over time, with people exploring the island for valuable hidden objects beyond the money pit as McGinnis and his companion's original hole became known. But what is the treasure meant to be made of? There are several suggestions regarding what the Oak Island treasure may be made up of, ranging from the credible to the outlandish. The most prevalent and realistic theory holds that it is the buried wealth of a great pirate from the golden period of piracy, which lasted roughly from 1660 to 1730. This was an era when great pirates and buccaneers like Edward Teach, popularly known as Blackbeard, sailed the waters off North America's east coast from Canada all the way south to the Caribbean islands. The level of pirate activity was so high during this era that the governments of Spain, England, France, and other nations having a vested interest in preserving their trade in this area could do nothing to prevent them from preying on beneficial colonial ships returning to Europe. It wasn't until the main European countries inserted a commitment to crack down on pirates in the Treaty of Utrecht, which ended the War of the Spanish Succession in 1713, that coordinated operations on pirates in the Western Atlantic ended the golden age of piracy. The Oak Island Mystery is a collection of legends about hidden riches and inexplicable artifacts discovered on or around the Nova Scotia island of Oak Island. Attempts to unearth treasures and artifacts have been undertaken since the 18th century. Various artifacts discovered on the island have surfaced throughout the years, some of which have been carbon dated and discovered to be hundreds of years old. The original shaft, in a location unknown today, was dug by early explorers and known as the Money Pit. It suggests gold is indeed hidden within a money pit. Dr. Ian Spooner's electronic slide and other explorers thought they had found where the gold may be buried on the island. It was, as predicted, near the money pit's garden shaft. A pink blob appeared on the slide, which the guys claim marks the location of a significant gold deposit. Spooner gathered water samples from the money pit and placed them in plastic bottles. This entire technique was designed to discover whether or not there was gold in the water, and if so, where it may be found. Spooner has deduced the location of the gold from the experiment. This is approximately 10 feet west of the garden shaft. Marty inquired about the gold as everyone gathered in the war room. Spooner then took out a slide with a pink blob and stated here is where the hidden gold is. Rick Legina and Charles Barkhouse examine a gold coin on Oak Island, discovering wording around its edge. Rick struggles to see it clearly and adds water to improve visibility. Marty takes the coin and reads the word plated, suggesting it may be a button from the 1700s or 1800s. Gary speculates it could be a cuff button, possibly linked to British military presence before the money pit's discovery. This finding hints at intriguing evidence of historical activity on the island. A silver button, presumably dating from the mid-18th century, was discovered by the crew at Isaac Point. This, however, was not an exceptional find. It's possible that this belonged to a farmer, given the island was mostly utilized to keep cattle safely away from predators before the discovery of the money pit. The Laginas discovered 2 iron artifacts in Lot 21, near the island's western edge. These were eventually identified as swages, a sort of blacksmith tool dating from the 14th century. The equipment was interpreted by the crew as evidence of intensive mining operations on the island. While looking for additional hidden treasures, metal detector specialist Gary Drayton comes upon an artifact that is extremely similar to the lead cross, also known as the Signs of Cross. Drayton's recent discovery is a lead piece with an exquisite pattern along the edge. It's brought to geochemist Tobias Skaromek, who tells them it's most likely a cloisonne embellishment, an antique style of embellishing jewelry with tiny metal strips. However, Skaromek surprises the scientists by revealing that the lead isotopes are similar to those identified in the lead cross. This implies that both objects were most likely fashioned from the same pre-15th century lead deposit. This incredible discovery suggests that the Knights Templar visited Oak Island more frequently than previously imagined. The most commonly held belief about the Oak Island fortune is that it is the hidden plunder of Captain William Kidd, a Scottish pirate from the 1690s who is said to have buried a massive fortune on one of his journeys. Indeed, Kidd is the only prominent pirate character with genuine evidence of his burying his loot, notably a pile buried on Gardiner's Island off Long Island's eastern shore. Is the structure full of booby traps, or are these just natural formations? Many people wonder if humans created the Oak Island money pit. Geology indicates that the money hole was most likely not a man-made secret treasure vault. The sea and water table are prone to dissolving the island's bedrock. As a result, a subterranean network of faults and caverns is formed, which can collapse and form natural sinkholes. Nonetheless, the appeal of the little island has drawn treasure hunters. The stories have created and sustained curiosity about how the pit came to be. As the final pieces of the puzzle fall into place, Oak Island's forbidden treasures emerge from the depths, shattering centuries-old myths and unveiling a wealth of untold wonders. In this triumphant revelation, the legacy of Oak Island's enigma lives on, captivating the world with its rich history and captivating treasures. Still, there's much more to explore. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel for more captivating content.